So nice to see all of you. Thank you for coming this morning for this such a important and wonderful event that we have scheduled for all of you to participate. I want to thank the building captains and the mutual directors, the Golden Rain Foundation directors, and George Bedford for publicizing and really making this a very successful and an important event for the Leisure World in Seal Beach. This morning, I'd like to share with you that some background about how disaster preparedness or emergency preparedness program came into being in Seal Beach Leisure World and how well it is recognized by many communities around this county of Orange and how well we have prepared ourselves in case of an event which is not wanted by any one of us in our lifetimes. Seal Beach Leisure World Golden Rain Foundation took this very seriously about 3 years ago, that having a emergency preparedness program sponsored and made as part of the Golden Rain Foundation operation was a necessary thing to do, and in doing so they allocated money. They appointed a position which is paid for by the foundation of an individual who will coordinate everything for Seal Beach Leisure World. And we did ask the mutual corporations board of directors to participate and assist us in this particular event. In doing this, we have prepared a book, Emergency Disaster Prepared Manual. Many of you have a copy of it, and we have held many meetings. We have gone to the mutual corporations and held special meetings, publicized in the newspaper a regular article talking and making you aware of it, what you can do in case of a real emergency. And this morning is the effort that we have been working for the last 2-3 years to bring about a drill that we want to have all of you be prepared in case something happens. I appreciate you taking this so seriously and having you all here this morning out of your busy schedule of entertainment and all the activities you do in Seal Beach Leisure World. The entire staff of the Golden Rain Foundation and the directors of the Golden Rain Foundation and the mutual board of directors are behind this, and we are taking this very seriously, and we hope that you see yourself this morning as a clear example. I want to introduce some of the people who are here this morning representing various organizations. On my right is the president of the Golden Rain Foundation Board of Directors. He lives in Mutual 11. He has served on the Mutual Board, and now he is currently serving on the Golden Rain Foundation Board and is the president, Mr. Paul Snow. Next to Mr. Snow is a gentleman who is representing his mutual from Mutual 7. He's the president of that mutual. Plus, in the Leisure World community, we have a President's Council where all of the presidents of various mutual meet once a month and talk about common problems, common issues, and come up with common resolutions to various things which then can be brought back to their mutual for decision making. This is an advisory council where all the presidents sit together and discuss mutual concerns. We have, representing the President Council, President of that council, Mr. Fulton. Next to Mr. Fulton is another gentleman who is very well known to all of you. He's resident of Leisure World, but he also works for the Golden Rain Foundation, and his title is Security Chief. He is responsible for making sure that all of the guests that you invite into Leisure World, for 24 hours a day, the gates are guarded properly, and his staff is patrolling the streets and making sure that he works and coordinates his activities with the law enforcement agencies, with the fire departments, with the paramedics, and any activity goes on in Seal Beach Leisure World and reports to the Golden Rain Foundation Security and Bus Traffic Committee, Mr. Eddie Valenzuela. This morning we are fortunate to have a representative from the Seal Beach Police Department. And this person is again, well known to many of you. He is a celebrity in my opinion and a very concerned individual in the city of Seal Beach, because he really takes a lot of issues about what goes on in the community, and particularly in Leisure World. He has been very helpful to us representing his department, and his title is the Crime Prevention Officer, and he's representing the Chief of Police this morning, Mr. Rick Patt. We have many other staff members here. My assistant Janet Nickersamer is in the back. Fred Cooper is here from the Recreation Department Manager. David Saunders is representing the News Publication Manager here. We have Terry Sear, who is the Transportation Superintendent, and a lot of the other people who are involved on an ongoing basis in working towards this preparedness program and participating in the drill today. For your information, all of the staff of the Golden Rain Foundation is also going to participate in this drill this afternoon. Above all, the person who is really responsible for getting you all together and creating this enthusiasm and convincing the mutual board of directors to let the building captains and other volunteers get involved in this is a person who I feel has done an outstanding job in the last 3 years in putting this program together. And the example is the book that you have seen, many of the flyers that he has published, given around as information for education to each and every one of you, and residents have called with their help and assistance in making sure that emergency preparedness is #1 concern for all of us. And you all know him. He's been working with you. I'd like to have George Bedford to come forward, please, and pursue the further program.
All I can say is, wow. I didn't realize we had so many people in Leisure World. Before I start, I might mention that we're passing a sign-up sheet up and down the rows. If you signed when you came in, don't sign again. You did? Oh. All right. If you sign twice, we'll remember that. So wherever you find that sign-in sheet, make sure your name's on it one time. Needless to say, I'm happy you all came. Without you, we wouldn't have much of a program. The purpose of this drill is to have each building captain and co-captain walk through, that's in quotes, and visit all the apartments in your own building. During a real emergency, this visitation would let you find out if anyone is injured or otherwise incapacitated. Now, this is during a regular emergency. I am frequently asked what to do if a badly injured person is visible through the window or the door and you find all doors locked. Remember, when a person is badly injured, the quicker that person receives medical help, the better is the chance of that person recovering. Don't waste time getting into the apartment. Call security or stop any emergency vehicle for help. Don't try to get in yourself. Before you leave this meeting today, each building captain and co-captain should have received a gold-colored survey sheet. 1 p.m. today, when you start calling on residents, there are some possible things which may occur when you ring the doorbell. You may find no one home. They're all over here. If so, make a note of this on the yellow sheet opposite the letter of the apartment which you are visiting. If you're going to apartment C, make a note, no one home. If you have a pink sheet, leave it on the doorstep. Don't try pushing it through the mail slot, just leave it on the doorstep. You may see someone inside the apartment, but they refuse to come to the door. Do the same thing as you did on item 1 above. When the resident comes to the door, then introduce yourself and tell the resident that we are having a drill today and you want to give them one of these pink instruction sheets, or it will be printed in the paper. Move on to the next apartment. When you have completed the rounds of your building, then go to a pre-arranged location where you meet the other captains. One person can pick up the entire pile of survey forms and return them to the metal shed at your assigned sub-command post. It is the responsibility of each captain to be sure that his or her report is returned to the metal shed at their assigned sub-command post. Another way that you can send these forms back is to stop the man who is driving the emergency communication van. It used to be a UPS truck, so you know about what size it is. And you can turn those forms in to the man in the van, and he will return them to headquarters. That's just another way of sending the papers back. After all of the reports have been returned to the metal sheds, then they will be picked up by an emergency communication van. From there, the reports will be delivered to the main command post at the top of the amphitheater. At this time, the walk-through drill is complete. Radio operators will make sure that all cabinets are closed and locked. During this emergency drill, the instructions to the building captains and co-captains tell you to, quote, return the inspection reports to the metal sheds, unquote. To accomplish this disposition, it is important that you know where the shed in question is located. How many of you don't know where the sheds are? Wow. I'm glad I thought of putting that in the paper. Emergency supply sheds are located as follows. Main gate. Just to the right side of the residence entrance driveway, next to the phone booth, next to the metal shed is a smaller structure housing a motor generator. So as you come in the main gate, turn your head to the right, you'll see a phone booth, and you'll see a metal shed. Little side note on that metal shed, one day the former chief called up in the morning, he said, I want to report a disaster. And I said, oh, is that right? He said, we had a wind of 50 miles an hour down here last night, and your metal shed is upside down. So it's a little bit bent. Clubhouse 1. The metal shed is located on the south side of the Golden Rain Road, just across from the wood shop. A wall hides the metal shed from the traffic on Golden Rain Road. Clubhouse 2. The metal shed is located on the west side of the fireplace and across the drive from the wood shop. We have 2 wood shops in Leisure World. Clubhouse number 3. The metal shed is located on the southwest corner of the building and is partially covered by the building roof. So it may be a little bit hidden, but it's close to the place where the bus stops there. Clubhouse number 4, the one we are in now, the metal shed is located on the west side of the building, just outside of the ceramics room. It's over on this corner. Each metal shed area is officially called the sub-command post. A radio operator will be located at each sub-command post, and they have keys to open the metal shed. The radio operators are responsible for unlocking the metal sheds and locking them up at the conclusion of the drill. During the drill, from 1 p.m. until approximately 2:30, the metal shed will be open and you are invited to inspect the interior and the contents. This is something you probably never had a chance to do before. During the emergency drill starting at 1 p.m., the yellow inspection report form to record each apartment which you visit. Also take 1 pink sheet for each apartment to be visited. I think we've run that one into the ground. On the yellow sheet, please fill in the name, number, mutual number, and apartment number. Please return your completed report to the metal shed at your assigned clubhouse. Mutuals 1, 2, and 14. Meet at Clubhouse 1. Go to Clubhouse 1. Mutuals 3, 4, and 5 go to Clubhouse number 2. Mutuals 6, 7, 8, and 9 go to Clubhouse number 4, this one here. Mutuals 10, 11, 12, 15, and 16 go to Mutuals 3, or Clubhouse 3. Mutual 17, go to the bus waiting room at the main gate. After inspection sheets have been turned in, the drill is completed. Once again, be sure to sign the sign-up sheet because we'd like to have an idea how many people have really been here today. Refreshments are served in the kitchen area of Clubhouse 4. Should be over here. Stop and look at our display of emergency items which could save your life during an extended emergency recovery period. They're on a card table here for your perusal. So if you are interested, there's some sheets on there that tell what's in the box, and there's a telephone number you can call. We're not selling them here, but they are available. Now that concludes my statements, and I would like to in toto. So if you don't have them, and you have somebody to talk to at the house, tell them that they will be in the paper coming out. I don't know whether it'll get out this Thursday or not, but it's kind of late.
George, you think about it to go out?
Have you got pink ones out there? Okay, we've got some pink ones. The gentleman is referring to the fact that this survey sheet system has been going on for 17 years. Future World. So it's better to have too many surveys, yes. Okay. Joe?
The sheriff's department banned our instructions in our use of word. That's not your security code. That's to put it in your refrigerator or on top of the refrigerator. Because the minute that paramedics come in, it's the first place they go to. We have a tube in my apartment.
Okay, thank you, Joe. The question was, rather than put it in the medicine cabinet, put it in the refrigerator, up on the top of the freezing unit, and that, if the paramedics come in, that's the first place that they look.
You can put it in a plastic bag.
Yeah, put it in a plastic bag. It's probably disintegrate otherwise. Oh, you get up on top of the refrigerator? Okay. Well, if you're all satisfied.
Any other question?
You're all satisfied.
Let me go. Yes, sir. You have a question? Any question? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay, we'll make sure that you get the sign-up sheet there. If not, the janitor will have it so you can sign up. Yes, sir. Yes, when you go to the apartments to knock the door, you want to record that information on this form and then submit to the sub-command post. Yes, sir. At the end of the drill. Let me repeat the drill instructions one more time so you all know, okay? What is going to happen is, this drill is going to start at 1 p.m. Take your emergency inspection report. Some of you have maybe white color, some of you have yellow color. Take those with you when you go to each apartment in your building. And then you record the apartment number where you were and whatever else information is there. If you are able to speak to the resident and if you have a pink form, you give it to them and tell them that you are doing a disaster drill. That's all there is. This is a disaster drill. If nobody is in the apartment, you leave this pink form, if you have one, on their doorstep. Please do not put in the mail chute, in the mail slot. If you find somebody there but they don't open the door for you, don't insist upon them. You don't need to argue with them. Just let them know through the window, if they can hear you, that you're leaving some disaster information for them to read. And you're conducting a drill, and you are one of the Leisure World residents here. After you finish your building, you take all these yellow or white forms, and then you take them to your sub-command post, which is for mutual 1, 2, and 14, you're going to go to clubhouse number 1. For mutuals 3, 4, and 5, you're going to go to clubhouse number 2. For mutuals 6, 7, 8, and 9, you're going to go to clubhouse number 4. And for mutuals 10, 11, 12, 15, and 16, you're going to go to clubhouse number 3. And for mutual 17, you will go to main gate. And again, we have gone over the locations with you. If let's say you can't go anywhere, as George indicated, there's a van which is going around. If you see them, if you want to give these forms to them, they will be happy to take it there for you. But it may be a good idea for you to go there so you can see the sub-command post, what is going on. At that point, your part of the disaster drill is pretty much over. When you have done your part, George is going to get the notification at his main command post from all of the people, and we will do the consolidation. Whatever we learned from this, we're going to then do a report, sort of a post-analysis of everything. See what we can improve in our disaster preparedness. Disaster drill is primarily done to make ourselves better prepared and keep the awareness among the people that something could happen. That's the purpose of this disaster drill. You had a question, sir?
Yes, sir. George mentioned clubhouse 3, southwest corner, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just reversed that, sir. You said clubhouse 3 takes care of 10, 11, 12, 15, and 16.
I think George did read it incorrectly when he was reading it. It says in here, George, mutual 6, 7, 8, and 9 go to clubhouse 4.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that clear to all of you? Yes, Mr. Plaskoff.
Mutual 12 will give their form to their director. Their director will then bring it to us.
Okay. Mr. Plaskoff just said for mutual 12, they have made a special arrangement that if mutual 12 building captains can bring their forms to their director, and then their director is going to be responsible for getting it to the proper location, whatever they have agreed. Only for mutual 12. No other mutual has any special
Mutual
arrangement.
3 is the same.
Pardon me?
Mutual 3 is the same.
Mutual 3 is the same. You give it to your building director. Any other mutual has special arrangement?
Mutual 2 also has that agreement.
Mutual 2, 3, and 12 right now. Anybody else?
Mutual 4 has 2. Take it to
Okay, mutual 8, they bring it to the sundial.
Sundial area.
Okay. So you all know pretty much what your mutuals are asking you to do then. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Please quiet, 1 second.
It's not being to their director. They did the last time, not this time.
I'm Mrs. Bartwell, and Mrs. Bartwell told Mr. Felton. I'll bring mine down here.
If you let me know your question, I can read it to everybody, please.
My point is, if each mutual has their own individual plan, we have no plan.
You're right. I think what happened here is that what George has read here, that they are going to bring the form. The only change is if the mutual has agreed to deliver these forms by one person instead of 8 people going to a sub-command post. That's the only difference. Otherwise, the plan is universal for everybody.
In a disaster, this will not work because that person isn't going to stay home 24
Ma'am,
hours a day.
we do take your suggestion, and I will talk to George, and maybe you have a point. Let us take that into consideration. And when we evaluate the entire program, we will look into those things. Yes, sir.
Did you say that when we're making our rounds and with this building captain survey, that if we contact the resident, we should leave the paper on his
Pink sheets.
Well, that's real nice of you to
collect all of these reports,
Yeah.
inspection reports from the different buildings in Mutual Aid. We sure do thank you for all the work you've done, and for the rest of the captains in
Oh.
your mutual.
Okay. And your name is?
My name is Grant Vogel.
Uh-huh.
So I live in Mutual 10.
10, okay.
And I'm of course, a member of the radio club, so we're in contact
That's right. Yeah, good.
with all the rest of the members. And
Very good.
And George over at the headquarters there.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's look in that shack for a minute too, maybe,
Right.
huh?
Yes, here emergency supplies that we try to keep up and hope that we never have to use them.
Right.
And but it's a good idea to have them. You know, it's a good idea that we do have a little drill anyhow. And so I don't know if you can see much in here, but we have a good supply of water. We have lanterns. We have a horn here, and
How's that bullhorn work okay?
I don't think you want to hear it.
Sure, why not? That'd be part of the deal.
Well, I don't know if I should or not. I don't even know how to work it, but I imagine it does.
See if it works. We got to find out. Yeah, it does.
I guess it works. I think I might have the
Ooh, a
volume
little
up
bit too much
high.
volume, yeah.
Yeah, how is that now?
Oh, that's great. That's
Okay.
great. That's great. Yeah, it works. So we know that it works in case of disaster then.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we
Can you
need.
stop that for a minute?
Oh, here
Oh
you
yeah, I
got
think we can.
you got some customers. Hey.
Yeah, we got some customers bringing in some, well, a whole bunch of them here from the Mutual 7.
Is that what it is?
And this is from
Ah.
Mutual 6. So
Mutual 6? Oh, we
6
got
and
you.
7.
Who else is coming?
Oh, here comes Bud.
Yeah, Mutual Aid.
Mutual 8.
Oh, hey, thanks, bud. I waited a while, but then I thought I had them all.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, betcha. Okay, Bud, thanks for helping out.
You betcha.
Yeah, you got you on TV for that too, you know.
Oh, you betcha.
Oh, we got some
Good.
more coming.
Here's some more.
Very
They're
good.
from Mutual 6.
That Mutual
We
6?
sure do thank you.
All right, we'll see you.
It's a long walk up here. You blew my whole day.
Oh,
Oh, hey, we got that on video. You ruined my whole day.
Okay.